Chris, so good to see you. We are talking retirement milestones today, the ages that trigger big financial decisions. There are a handful of ages that can dramatically shape your retirement strategy, affecting everything from taxes to healthcare. Some dates unlock benefits, others create costly mistakes if missed. So we're going to start in order. Let's start with age 59 and a half. This is when you can start taking distributions from those retirement accounts without penalty, and you are eligible for an in-service rollover. Tell me about both.
Yeah, so I hit the age of 60, and I always made a joke I was going to make an IRA withdrawal when I hit 59 and a half, and I didn't. But if I wanted to, I could. If I needed to pull out $3,000 to $5,000 as an example, no early withdrawal penalty for that because I attained the age of 59 and a half. And then also we do a lot of pre-retirement planning for our clients. And at 59 and a half, if they have money inside their 401k, we can typically do the in-service distribution, or we might call it an in-service rollover as well, where we're moving that money and not creating a taxable event into an IRA account. And they just have many more investment opportunities in the IRA world versus what they have limited options typically in a 401k plan.
Right. Fine tune those investments as you creep closer to retirement. Next, we have age 62. This is when you are first eligible to claim Social Security, but should you?
Yep. And we're only talking about the traditional Social Security, not disability or widow's benefits. So I'm coming up on age 62 here in another probably call it 18 months or so. And if I wanted to, if I retired, I could take my Social Security benefit. But you can see on the chart here, I'm going to take a pretty good discount in what my income is going to be. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but I'm only going to get 70% of my full retirement age amount. And for me, that is age 67. And if I delay, like your chart shows here, out until age 70, I get 124%. So I get a bonus for waiting from 67 to 68 to 69 and 70. No reason to wait until after age 70 to take Social Security. You'd be hurting yourself.
Next, we have age 65. This is when you are eligible for Medicare, and this is a date you do not want to forget. Why is that?
Well, it's because my wife's health insurance got cheaper, Erin. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
And she has just transitioned into Medicare starting January of this year. And, if like her brother worked until he was 68 years old, he still had to file for Medicare at age 65 just to open the door so that he could come back to it when he retired later and didn't have any penalties. So, depending on when people retire, like my wife retired at age 62, took Social Security. She automatically was enrolled in Medicare. She didn't have to do anything special for that. But her brother, who continued to work later in life, he had to open the door at 65, even though his employer was still offering him health benefits. And then when he retired, no penalties whatsoever to transition into Medicare.
Right. Okay, next we have age 70 and a half. This is an important age for anyone who is charitably inclined.
Yeah, and we do a lot of this at the office, Erin, and it allows people at age 70 and a half to take money out of their IRA account and pay it directly to a qualified charity. We typically make the joke that your children and grandchildren are not qualified charities. Typically a church, a school, that type of thing is very common. And so the money goes directly from your IRA account directly out to a charity. And for us, they're typically $5,000 and $10,000. They're not $50,000 to $100,000, but there are, some folks that are very giving. The benefit of doing the QCD, qualified charitable distribution, it's not taxable to you or to the charity, and it can reduce the amount that's in your IRA for those future distributions we're going to talk about.
Yep, you led me right to it. That is age 73. That's when most of us are required to start taking those distributions.
That's correct. So it used to be 70 and a half, and then they moved it to 72 and then to 73. And as your chart shows here, for those born after 1960, it will be age 75. So, there are penalties if you do not take the required minimum distribution out of your IRA and your 401k, maybe a 403b. And one important caveat here is if you have an IRA and a 401k when you're 73, you have to take a distribution from each of them. If they were both as IRAs, you could aggregate it, take it out of one or the other.
Right. Yeah. No, that can get very muddy. Certainly helpful to work with a professional when it comes to that. And Chris, I know you're Johnny on the spot when it comes to making sure your clients don't miss any of these important ages or dates. If somebody wants to sit down with you, make sure that they are set for success with their calendar as well. What's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, I'd have reach out to Heidi at the office, 419-332-0532. We have an office in Port Clinton, Fremont, and Perrysburg. That's the central number. Heidi will get us scheduled. You can go to our website on the screen here, McIntireRetirementServices.com, and we'll get you set up with an appointment, kind of discuss some of these numbers and how they impact that person directly.
Great. Chris, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Erin. Thank you.
Tune into Chris McIntire's full radio program and visit McIntireRetirementServices.com for many additional valuable resources, including other great episodes of Game Plan for Retirement with Chris McIntyre. Be sure to subscribe.